Not one, not two, but three. That's how many lives Chelsea Dye and her EMT team saved in 1 week in Guilford County. But she doesn't stop there with her rescue efforts, because when she's off the clock, she does rescues of another kind. Here's part of my conversation with her from earlier today.
Let's make sure our monitor is good. Yep, monitor's good.
All right, Chelsea, tell me how you got into this, because I thought at one point in my life I might do this, and then, I think chemistry told me I would not. How did you get into this?
I wanted to do this outside of high school, but I went a separate way. While I was working in management, I decided to try and go back to it, try and get my EMT, and I did, especially after my dad got sick. I wanted to pursue it, so here I am almost 4 years later.
Wow. All right, so in this thing that happened to you guys recently, 3 saves in 1 week, tell me about that.
It's not something that happens. It's not something that's easy either. But our ultimate goal is to give families a little more time with their loved ones. We don't always get a positive outcome out of everything, but it's more time. And I think that that is an opportunity that a lot of people don't get to have.
So when you went through that, let's just talk about the situation for maybe one of them. You guys get there, it is a life-threatening situation, and did they code and then you bring them back, or did you stop them from it? Wow.
Yes, and we actually had somebody pass on us. That was one of our instances, and we were able to get her back.
That's amazing, bringing someone back. 3 times in 1 week?
Yes.
Same crew, right? You and the
Yes.
same, that's amazing. And I think they were saying that was what percentage of the...
So there was 9 that week, and we did 3 out of the 9.
So 33% of the saves that week were you guys. That's phenomenal. Now, you don't just save people's lives, you work with animals too. Tell me about that.
I've been working with rescue for about 7 years. I work with Sheets Pet Clinic as far as cats and kittens, and I most recently have started transporting dogs back and forth across the state to get to rescue.
So you're helping to do you help rehab them as well, or you foster them?
Yes, so we foster kittens and cats. Unfortunately, I don't have the space to foster dogs, so I just transport them more so to safety. But we tube feed bottle kittens that don't have a mom all the way from a day old, and we'll keep them all the way up to 12 weeks if we have to.
Some model citizen, people. You hear me? We all could take a page from her book. Thank you for talking with us today. She's so sweet. I mean, as soon as she's off the clock, she's saving animals. So, I mean, it's amazing. But they did say that's almost unprecedented for 33% of the life saves that week was her crew, which is, I think, just her and her main partner, and there's like somebody else sometimes. They were training somebody today, so they had 3. But she and that partner have been together the whole time she's been an EMT.
Yeah, I was going to say that this is proof that EMTs do not get the credit that they deserve. We always talk about life-saving professions. You've got the doctors, the nurses, and hospital staff. But these folks are going out into the environment. You know, it's a very controlled environment in a hospital, right? But these people are going out, and especially these days, we hear all the time about opioid overdoses and how EMTs are the first to respond and how they have to bring people back from someone who has died. I mean, it's just incredible.
That's what I was going to say. They're on the first line of defense, and they see a lot of things. So to do this job, you have to be a special person to, be calm and really care for people, because sometimes, they're the life-saving grace in that situation.
I asked her, I said, how do you, I know it's your job, but still, how do you handle that? And she's only 4 years in to being an EMT. Her partner is more than 2 decades of doing it, but they do this together, and she said, we're sticking together as a team. She said, it's amazing, and there's no job more gratifying than, I mean, literally, their heart stopped 3 different times, 3 different situations that week, and they got them back again. And she said, in one of them was a while, it wasn't just they just stopped their heart. This one was going on for a minute or so. I don't know what the time was, but she said it was a while, and we got them back. So.
I'm just so inspired by the strength. I'm looking at these photos of her, and she just has that smile on her face. That great energy, and you just see some terrifying things, especially in overdose situations and things of that nature.
And it's incredible that they really only need a few months training to go through and be responsible, and be able to do all
or
these
help
things.
people give birth, and with their birthing process and all of that. It's a lot of stuff that you learn in that short amount of time.
I told her, I said, you're almost like a medical handyman because you have to be able to do a little bit of everything. And she said, that's exactly what us and ER doctors are. We're the first person that has to assess, and then they have to go to a specialist. They do, but she said, we are the first people that get there. I can't imagine that pressure.
Great story, Eric.
Thank you.